My God. Good Lord. So, this is it, is it? The book for contemporary art lovers, it says, somewhere in the advertising, for this recently published opus, History of the Saatchi Gallery, in a limited edition of 950 or something. This, you know, this cover, this slightly plastified ivory white cover, you know, it looks tatty already, and it's going to look extremely cheap. And I'm sure you're going to pass the houses of rich people with skips outside that have been ordered especially for this book to be flung into. Although you couldn't really do much flinging, could you really, unless you were some kind of athlete. It comes in a travelling crate, as if it were an artwork itself, but I'm not sure it is. So these are all the shows that have been shown at the Saatchi Gallery in its various incarnations. Oh, Tracy, lovely. Richard Serra's work, of course, if it fell over in the gallery, could break your leg just through the vibrations in the floor. And I guess so could this book. There are little essays that go with it and these big illustrations. But, you know, actually, for all its size, these photographs aren't that good. Ah, but then you get details like this Cy Twombly. Bit of painted poo over there, and Selm Kiefer. That one's out of focus, for heaven's sake. The first shows he did were great. Beautiful things by people like Sol LeWitt and Bryce Marden and American masters, really, because he was working with his then wife, Doris, who was the brains, really, and knew a bit about art, whereas Saatchi just knew a bit about buying and selling. What sense does any of this make? It's just all about fashion and all about the next big thing. Of course there are great things in the collection, but they don't really make very much sense next to one another. And as an object, this is just, what are you supposed to do with it? I mean, do you have a bookshelf that's specially built for it? Do you keep it in the crate in the middle of the living room? Do you prop it up in the corner? Do you throw the book away and use the box for something useful? I'm going to close it. It's not a book to be read, nor is it a book to be thrown with great ferocity against the wall. It's a book to chain yourself to when you want to drown in the Thames, isn't it? It's a book that's not even to be looked at. It's a book to have. What does it tell us in the end? Is he a collector, or is he really a dealer? Because works come and go, styles change, art changes, hot young Americans become slightly tepid middle-aged Americans. And this book, this thing, this block, is somehow a monument to that, or a tombstone to it. It has about the same weight and heft as the kind of headstone you might have put on your grave. There's something very cheapo about it, but also very, very expensive.